What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are in part 3 of 8888 Needle, Alabama. If you haven't watched the first two, go watch that. If you have, you already know, you're caught up. We left the prison. We have left the prison. We got fucking shit brains from Stonewall. But now we are in number 3. Which I think was Apocalypse, is what I read when it ended, and we were in the middle of woods. Now, like I said before, do I think it is part of the Wardwell? I think it has some connection. The buildings have the same star things that the Wardwell House had. There was mention of a person who practiced not witchcraft but voodoo, which is also part of the Wardwell with witches. So I don't know, but we're gonna jump into it. It didn't start with the scene. It just okay. Thank the Lord I'm far enough from the prison now. I often wish that the temple wasn't built on such a high cliff, but I appreciate it today because I ain't got to worry about Stonewall following me all the way here. Okay, so this is where we left off. Father Glorious had a temple built on a cliff so he can watch over us for our protection. There's many dangers out there for us plain simple townsfolk. As in Father says, the biggest one is them black people. Since the war ended, we've been told that the blacks need to be put in prison and kept inside, or else they'll run around on our women and children. And all that Father asks in return for this protection is that we donate our earnings to the temple, which is I've been gladly doing. So we're going to the temple? I guess that's where we're going. I remember being in this exact spot just the other day. I was sitting on this here rock with little Susan and 8 other children was playing nearby. The fuck? Is that a cow? There's a cow. So there's more animals, okay. Oh, it's ducks. A couple old children had put pine seeds under this tree and was waiting behind it with the basket. They were trying to catch a fox squirrels while they finally trapped one of them, howling with joy. I'm gonna prick this twig through its mouth and out the other end, said one of them rascals. And I'm gonna start a fire so we can burn it like we seen at the ritual the other day, said the other one. Oh God, there's a lot in this one. Susie picked up a rock and threw it at the children's foot before they couldn't do anything. That made him scoot away and Susie freed the squirrel. She's my most favorite child. Always laughing and always smiling, her big bright smile. And on we go. I ain't heard her laughing in a long time though. She was helping an escaped prisoner and the temple found out. Soon after it was announced that she'd been chosen as the new Lady Bliss. The frick is Lady Bliss? I was overjoyed for her. Little Susan been chosen to be the newest wife of Father Glorious. Father said his only duty to get married 8 times by the Apocalypse, and now Susie would be one of them Ladies Bliss. I remember seeing her at the wedding ceremony. She looked like an angel when she walked down the aisle and sat next to Father Glorious. She looked back at me with saddest eyes. Oh, how I wish I could have comforted her at that moment. Well, now she's gone. I seen her 3 months later at the next ceremony with Father Glorious when Father Glorious was marrying the new young Lady Bliss. Susie stood behind the throne alongside all other Lady Bliss. So, this man had many wives. She looked different than the other girls, because she wasn't smiling. Her eyes had an empty, lost look. I waved to her belt, but I figured she hadn't noticed. I could tell her mind was elsewhere. I don't know if you heard it, but what a goddamn minute. That sounds like Susie. Susie, my child, where are you? Oh God, we're following a voice. No. No. Susie, it's really you. I'm so glad I finally found you. I can't wait to tell your parents they've been worried sick about you. I've been asking the whole town since I ain't heard from you, but they always turn the topic when I say your name. They just look down and never answer. Your mom and pa been looking awful broken-hearted as of late. They don't even look like the same folks no more with them sunken eyes and deep buried frowns. Feels like all the happiness has been sucked straight out of them. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. Slow down, child. My legs ain't so good. And I've been walking all day. Listen, something awful strange is going on. The whole town just disappeared. Oh boy, I'm gonna sit down by the water for a minute. My dogs is killing me. Okay, good. We're taking... No, I don't like this. So we take a break and she comes back. Okay. That's a pretty view. That's a pretty view. I don't like coming here because I've seen a few dead bodies of prisoners wash up this here shore. I see no gunshot wounds on them, so I figure they either drowned or was drowned by somebody. There's the Alabama River. It takes many hours by boat to get to the next nearest town called Shiloh. That's actually where I'm from. I came to Needle more than 15 years ago. Boy, I sure had a different life back then. No, so you're not from here. So now we're going to go back and follow Susie. Some of the townsfolk been thinking about taking a boat and leaving Needle for good. It's too late for that now because the big day is tomorrow, the apocalypse. It's already happened. Tomorrow on 8/8/88, the whole town's going to gather in the big field and all of us going to drink the heavenly milk. The town children will be there first to drink. Then they'll cover their faces with white cloth, lay down in the field, and await the angels to take them to heaven. Oh! After that, us townsfolk drink it. Finally, Father Glorious at the end. I get a slap happy thinking about the final moments as we all lay on the field and our face covered. Some weeks ago, we was all brought to the field to practice the last day, but was given just regular old milk, not the special heavenly milk I've been making a story down the prison. So it's a cult. You're in a cult. Well, where the heck is all that temple guards? There's always a small army guarding these temple gates, but ain't no trace on them today. We were almost shot by them. The whole town's afraid of those bastards. They wear ugly green robes and frightening white wings. Worst part is the mask they wear with long nose hanging down to their chins. Big circles from the eyes and creepy smiles that stretch ear to ear, and they carrying powerful rifles. But no one knows who's behind the mask neither. I've heard that one must pass many vile and despicable rituals to become a temple guard. I can't even think about those sick customs. I'm going. So you're basically in a cult where you all drink something, you all die, basically. I had a nightmare about this exact spot the other night. It was dreadful scary and really shook me up. Only thing that gave me peace was that it ain't possible to happen in real life. What the fucking hell? I dreamt that there was a whole cavalry of temple guards here. More than 50 of them. They were standing all alert, ready to shoot. Shooting orders to each other and taking up positions. There was a terrifying panic in their voices, such that I can't fathom. There over yonder, a mass of people was slowly approaching and hiding amongst the trees and bushes. It was black faces and white faces, prisoners, townsfolk all together. So like an ambush, basically. And the mass of people kept marching forward, 100 of them. That's when the temple guards started firing and kept on firing till this place was just heavy smoke from the rifles. Bodies upon dead bodies lay in wake. Black bodies, white bodies, prisoners, and townsfolk. Blood streaming into puddles from their corpses, but the mass kept forwarding, stepping over dead bodies, trampling over almost dead. The frick? And a few of them guards ran out of bullets and tried to escape from the growing mob. One guard climbed up this here pole but slipped, then fell the rocks with a bone-crushing thud. and the mob beat on his dead body till his green robe darkened with bleeding. Damn, that's a lot. The god's mask had broken when he fell, and it strictly remembered in the nightmare that it was the dead face of old Farmer Jim. I feel like it's loud. If this comes out loud in the video, I apologize. In the nightmare, I found myself as part of the mob, and there was no black or white in this mob. It was just one big breathing, heaven-seeing monsters. And the temple guard shot away in the monsters, but there was not stopping it now. There was too much bottled up rage powering it. Rage at the lies, rage at the torture, rage at the injustice, rage at the exploitation, rage at the abuse, and the rage in simple being made a fool of. Is something gonna happen? So we're heading up to the temple, I'm guessing. But the strong light was this damage to the beast. Countless human carcasses lay all over this place, some with the blown off limbs, other half dead crying for help in agony, but the crowd kept on coming forward and getting the guards. And in the nightmare, some of the scariest parts was what happened when the townspeople got a hold of the guards. The town folks didn't have no rifles, and they brought whatever tools from their homes, like knives, hammers, and axes. Frick is this? And the mob pounds on temple guard, and townsfolk smash his head with an iron rod and iron rod griddles. The townswoman then repeated to stab on his body in hysteria on this here well, all while screaming like a rabid animal. That is a well. Okay. We almost got shot by one of them, unless we weren't shot by them at all. In another part of my dream, I saw a group of barefoot prisoners all powering a couple guards grab the rifles from them. The prisoners didn't know how to fire the gun, but mistakenly pulled the trigger and shot the guard through the stomach at point-blank range. Oh. Lovely. The fourth shot pushed the prisoners off his feet and flew down this ledge as the guard that almost blew his body into two halves. We're going higher. That's for sure. Frick is this? Is it? And the crazy crowd just lurched forward. They was coming with a mix of blood, old dead prisoners, and dead townsfolk, and dead guards. They was drenched in sweat from the swelling humidity in their eyes, and that looked pure lunacy. That does not look creepy at all. This does not look creepy at all. No. Some folks had brought with them fire-lit torches, and they live blazed the dead bodies of the guards. They hollered and laughed like wild children as if there was anything funny about it. At the end of the dream, all the guards had been killed. The prisoners and townsfolk sat here all in complete silence. Then one of the townsfolk broke out in loud sobs, and the rest of the townsfolk joined in, mourning the loss of the town children or their fellow townsfolk and all their hope. Others cried for their newly found freedom. It's strange that I have this same nightmare almost every night, and I almost wake up screaming and crying from it. Well, there's two paths. Okay, we're going this way. Where the frick? This feels like you would get ambushed. Here, that's a rock. It wasn't easy, but I finally made it to the temple. I'm already starting to feel peace in my mind because I arrived to the most favorite place. This is a temple? I wish everyone could see how grand the temple is. A lovely marble on the floors and from some of the far-off country. The fine wooden roofs and all up from Morgan. The stained glass mural is by some fancy artist up north. Oh, so we're not up to it yet. I'm going to bow down at Father Glory's feet even longer than we usually do because I'm so delighted to see him. I can finally tell him how everyone's gone missing. I'm sure he'll find a solution. If he's gone, then you're fucked. God, is it that way? I wonder if they'll let me in the temple, though. There's been too much tension between the town and the temple recently. And attention been taking a toll even upon poor Father Glorious. Had to serve him some days. He said there was traitors among us, and he broke down crying and asked if we lost our faith in him. We all shouted and responded no and told him that he's our savior. How could we ever lose faith in him? Thankfully that cheered him up and he was all smiles the next minute. That's the temple? That right there? Oh my Lord, our temple's on fire. Oh Lord mercy. Help please, somebody help. Our holy temple's burning. Oh sweet Lord, have mercy. We're going up to the fire? Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. The whole temple's on fire. It's all burned down to hell. Damn that George Grady and the rest of the non-believers who's been planning this. They're burning down. They're really burning down. What are we supposed to do? Where's Father Glorious? Where's all the ladies bliss? God Almighty, what should I do? There's just nothing left. No more, and they ain't here. A soul here to help me. Too much blood, sweat, and tears went into this building, this temple, and many blacks died during the construction. Father Glorious said it'd be the last structure standing during the apocalypse, but now it's all gone already. We're going in? Are you crazy? Why? While we as townfolk will sit on the floor when Father delivers his sermons. It was only a few days ago when he was preaching and getting us ready for the last day. Why my voice echoing? It sounds like my voice is echoing, and I don't know why. And this is where Father Glorious sits on his mighty purple throne, and all his many wives standing behind him, and the current Lady Bliss beside him. And behind him, the Moscow showed Father's encounter with the angels. And these here special rooms, none of us town folks are allowed in them. They're only for Father's special friends like Judge Ravenel and the sheriff and the big officials. They're always accompanied by one of the young Lady Bliss. I can't talk right now. I can't say shit. But now it's all been burnt down to dust by George and his merry band of old non-believers. Y'all ain't coming to heaven with us tomorrow. Y'all gonna burn and scorch here during the apocalypse. What if it wasn't the apocalypse? Tomorrow, how is any of us going to heaven if Father Glorious ain't here? What's gonna happen tomorrow on the big day that all of us been waiting for? Nothing, because I don't think it actually is gonna happen. Damn. And all us honest to God believers was gonna burn in fire when the apocalypse happens. Are we to suffer for the acts of those dog non-believers that did this? Oh, right there. No. I've been running all over hell's half-acre preparing for the big day tomorrow. I done waited patiently all these years to go to heaven and taste the streams of honey and the cream and the fine wines. Yeah, well, it ain't happening. And be in the green hills away from this cursed, stinking town. Oh, need on the cursed, staying now prison. All the deaths and the dead bodies tortured and getting dizzy. I can't think. I'm too old. I'm too thirsty. And I'm drained. And I'm getting dizzy, diz. Okay, so let's frickin' leave. Oh, it's dark. Oh my, what happened? That's Susie's scream. Where am I? I must have passed out and it's already snapped. Susie, where are you? Got fine help her. She's in danger. No, she ain't. She's probably dead. God, it's dark. I like it's dark. God. She's a strong girl. Ain't like her to scream. She helped an escape prison knowing darn well what happened to her family and herself. Her mom and pa were beaten up by the gods in front of the whole town in front of Susie. Her parents only agreed to the marriage after the temple threatened them with a much worse fate for her. Oh, she was threatened into marriage. Threatened. Okay. The last time I saw her at the temple, she was standing behind the throne with the other Lady Bliss. She dropped a letter for me and I sneakily picked it up when I bowed down at Father's feet. I gave the letter to George Grady because he's one of the few town folks that can read. I don't know what it said, but I remember seeing the color leave his face after he read it. He wrote a reply and asked to give to Susan, but I ain't seen her since. Because she probably found out about the truth. And since George can read, he learned the truth. Based on Susie's letters, George called a secret town meeting late the other night. That's when he proposed his silly idea of freeing the prisoners and take on the temple guards. See? She found out the truth. She gave the letter to you. George read it. He knew he had to do something, and boom. After that meeting, when I was sitting alone at home, I heard a knock on the door, and well, oh behold, it was none other than Farmer Jim, and he brought along a bottle of freshly made moonshine. Okay. I stopped drinking many years ago because Miss Wilson said the devil's in the bottle. Well, maybe I did have a wee bit here and there when she has gone to bed early, and Billy sleeved me a few sips every time we had a hard day at the prison. So he went behind an old lady's back. Got it. Anyhow, that no good Farmer Jim wheedled me into having some moonshine without I had too much to drink. I told him stuff from the meeting that I ain't even ought to have. Oh, I'm sure Farmer Jim went into the temple about the townsfolk having doubts about the apocalypse. Because my damn self for spilling the bean about that meeting. Yeah, because he probably knew. It's your fault. There's a letter. Dear Mr. George, I dearly pray you read my first letter. As I had written, you must do all you can to stop the town from drinking the heavenly milk. The town has been lied to about everything. I beg you, please save the people. The temple has started suspecting me. Give my love to Mom, Pa, Susie. Something was wrong. I wish to heaven I would have learned how to read when Susie was trying to teach me, but I always kept forgetting everything. I ain't got time to figure out what this letter says. I know what it says. By Easter? Oh, there's the moon. Judging by the moon, it's already well past midnight. That means the apocalypse is upon us. But the angels ain't gonna come unless Father reads his special prayer. There's only one place the mom could take him. I gotta find him lickety-split before they do it. Oh, that was gonna be a jump scare. I'll leave these flowers I picked for Susie here. Yeah, good idea. So she figured something out. I dragged myself down the hill, made it to the farms that led back to town. I'm going as fast as I can, but something ain't feeling right. I gotta stay positive. Everything's gonna be fine. Lord willing, the creek don't rise. Those dragon ball fools burned down the temple, but they didn't do nothing to Father Glorious. No, they wouldn't lay a finger on him. Why he spent his life for our benefit, looking over us, protecting us, and preparing us for today. Whatever misunderstanding the towns had, he's still our Father Glorious, so I'm sure they won't harm him. So they ain't gonna do what's done to Titus. I promised Miss Wilson I wouldn't go to no rituals, but gosh darn it, I went to the one Titus was invited to. I saw when the townsfolk dragged Titus blindfolded through these meadows in their white robes chanting glory, 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 and I seen when they brought him in the big killing they call hellfire. I ain't seen when Farmer Jim lit the fire and the townsfolk sat on benches, and Father Glorious read from the holy book, and we're seeing the terror on Titus' blindfolded face. So they burned him alive? They burned a 15-year-old alive? You could smell the black smoke and must have known that was coming. Titus was then tied up to a stake, kicked and screaming. He was carried into the raging fire as they swallowed him up whole. All just sat and watched, even the town children. Damn. I feel like something's gonna happen. And that's why they'd taken Father now. They're gonna tie him up on a stake, and they're gonna light a fire, and those non-believers bastards are gonna burn him alive. There's going to be nothing left of our Father Glorious and be charmed and body ashes. I'm losing it again. I got to breathe and be calm, but ain't nothing going to happen. Everything's fine. We all been waiting too darn long for this day. I'm going to find Father Glorious as soon as he be dressed in his fine white robe. And as soon when it's dawn, the town bell will toll and all the townsfolk congregate in the field. There'll be joy on everyone's face, excitement that will all soon fly away to heaven, and many other folks be looking to the skies to try and see the big bright light that the angels all shine. Dude, I feel like something's gonna happen. This has more spooks than the freaking Wardwell House. And whenever the gathered Father Glorious read us his final ceremony, and they remind us how blessed we are to be believers for all we ascend to the promised land. God, you're dumb. And for the non-believers and the blacks, they'll be destroyed by halls and fires. Everything be divided by the blaze of the apocalypse. We'll look down from the sky to see the sad old world burning. And when the final ceremony is complete, the townsfolk have applaud the temple guards, bring the heaven gates filled with heavenly milk. Oh God, you're dumb. You're dumb. Dumb. What the fuck is that? At first, all towns will be lined up and they'll be given a glass of milk. Then be told, drink it even if it tastes foul, and after that, their palm out will tie white cloths around their face. And the children lay down in the field, and it'll be parents' turn to drink the milk. But there's something awful going on. Many of the children will start screaming the most painful, heart-wrenching cries, and then more children will start wailing and shrieking in complete torment. And many of the children will be grabbing their heads and chests with extreme pain. It's like they haven't never felt, and many of the white cloths wrapped around their heads become stained and filthy with puke. Y'all are poisoning each other for a fucking cult. And the parents will run to help their children, but they'll be stopped by the guards with the most powerful rifles. And the desperate parents will push the guards away, but the children have already stopped screaming and crying, and they'll have fallen face first on the field, laying without breathing. And the parents finally start understanding the whole truth, and they'll fix their manic eyes on Temple Guards and Father Glorious. And the Father Glorious give them instructions to the guards, and that's when they'll all start fighting and blasting at the townsfolk. And some die by gunshots to the head, to the chest, and on the back. Others die getting crushed as the townsfolk rush to lock themselves in their house. But the guards shoot as many in door open and kill whomever they find inside. By and by, the guards run out of bullets, and they'll safely take Father Glorious back to the temple. Oh my God, I'm gonna die. Oh God. Say I can hear the sound of chanting. I reckon I'm close to the mob. I better hurry and get them before them light to fire. Please don't go, and all y'all don't be forgiven and repent and let Father Glorious go. Oh, there is screaming. I didn't hear it. Even George Grady had been forgiven the plot against Father. Damn it. I should have never given them that blasted letter from Susie. It got him really riled up. I don't even know what it said. And I should have never given George the extra keys to the prison. I didn't know he'd actually pull off his ridiculous idea and free the black prisoners. And I should have never drunk down moonshine and blurted to Farmer Jim about the townsfolk's secret plans. Stonewall? Oh my God, if it's Stonewall, we're fucked. Why in tarnation it's that damn dog Stonewall doing here? Boy, I really lost my marbles. That dog was killed when the prisoners escaped. Fuck. I don't want to be attacked by that dog. I don't want to. I've been looking forward to this day for more than 14 years, dutifully paying and earning to the temple and devotion my hearts and soul to the Father Glorious. It was posed to the happiest day all over our lives, and the day when all our miseries will finally go away. Indeed, the apocalypse happened on 8/8/88. Not just one, we was promised for so long? Why was sort of milk from heaven caused the little children's instant brutal death? And what kind of temple kills their own congregation? And what kind of leader peacefully watches a violent massacre full of his own faithful believers? Father Glorious must have some divine reason. How could he wrong us? So you're dead. There has to be he has to be dead. Oh. They already lit the fire for the love. Oh God, let him go. Whatever he did, he was likely for our benefit. Only he can take us to the promised land. Let's all forget this wretched world behind us and ascend to paradise with the angels. Is something supposed to happen? I'm looking around. Oh. I've seen too much on this dreaded fateful day. Too much death and too much bloodshed and too much savagery. Please take him away from here. I've been living through this same nightmare for too many years. I can't take it no longer. I've been looking all day, wondering where the townsfolk and the prison disappeared, but I finally remember where everyone is. They're all gone dead since years ago. Wait, what? And the prisoners disappeared but I finally remember where everyone is now. They're all dead and gone since years ago. So we're dead. I called it. We're dead. There's no words. Nothing? Okay. We've all died. The whole town said I'm dumb because I can't think so good and I kept forgetting everything. But I ain't no different from the others. See, we all simply forgot things we've seen and we ain't never learned from them. So you died. I overheard a professor telling the other prisoners one day, we forgot what happened in the past and we'll let it repeat again and again. Nothing is going to change unless we stop forgetting. Phony, dishonest prophets will keep springing up and sing their gospel of us against them. They kept dabbing us for their own benefit and we'll keep praising them, following them with eyes shut, minds closed. When are we going to start learning from the past? When are we going to open our eyes? So we're dead. That comment... We have to be. We're dead. There's nothing else we can do. We're dead. I'm just gonna curl up and sit here for a while. I'm an old and I see hella lot that ain't no man oughta. I know darn well when I wake up tomorrow I'm gonna forget everything and live the same day over again. Just like I lived it repeatedly for the last 12 years. I wish I died in the mines like all the others that day. Many years ago. Oh Lord, why you let me live and see all that when I seen this cursed town? Why? 27 years earlier. Everybody get out of the mines. Coming down. So they all died before the apocalypse? Well, get the hell out now. Save yourselves. It's all crashing down. Oh my God, I can't see. Help me. Help me. Get out, Godfrey. You can't save them. Hurry up. Or you won't make it. God damn the mining company for letting us down here. My lord, just smashed bodies on the rocks. Oh my lord. You're almost out. There's the exit. Hurry up now. Tish's prison shut down after scandal. Judge and sheriff accused of profiting from prisoners. Cartwright prison has been permanently shut down following damning report by Senator Barnes of Alabama. The report detailed a litany of abuse, torture, corruption, and convict leasing. The majority of prisoners were black and many had committed pretty petty crimes of those. The district judge, the sheriff, and several officers are being investigated for corruption linked to the prison. They had devised a system of falsely incarcerating and then leasing out prisoners to corruption for personal profit. Sighting a mysterious bright light in the sky leaves many in awe. Several residents in the town of Trinity, Alabama were left in a state of shock when a bright, mysterious flying object appeared in the sky around dawn. Witnesses say the strange object, described as a large, bright light, was first seen hovering in the air by flying off at incredible speed and disappearing into the sky. Despite the many witnesses, authorities have been unable to provide an explanation for the phenomenon. One witness described the experience as if a star was falling to the ground. Horrific scenes of mass murder and suicide in rural Alabama. Authorities yesterday made the shocking discovery of hundreds of dead bodies in the small town of Needle, Alabama. The bodies were believed to be members of an obscure apocalyptic cult, as well as escapees from a nearby prison. Several survivors detailing chilling accounts of the day that began with town children being poisoned during the ceremony, and ending with the cult leader Avery Cartwright being burnt alive in a kiln that the cult referred to as hellfire. The lead investigator said that he had such disturbing... 50 years after Needle tragedy, former cult member reveals all. Mary Jones has been detailed her traumatic childhood in the infamous Kidnapped Temple of Needle, Alabama. There was a child bride to leader Avery Cartwright. She was shot in the leg while making her escape from the temple and was rescued by authorities after shocking events that took place in town exactly 50 years. I never want to go through what I did. The whole town thought I died after the gunshot, but I managed to escape in the woods. Susie! That was Susie! Man rescued days after the Shiloh mine collapse. And tale of tragedy survived. The coal mine accident left dozens dead. And despite the efforts to rescue only one person, Godfrey DeVayes was able to make it out alive. After being inspected by doctors, he was described as severely brain damaged. He would rehabilitate him, then shift him to a nearby town with proper care, and he'll be able to put traumatic experience behind him and hopefully lead a normal life. So we have brain damage. We have severe brain damage. Eight 1866. Stop your goddamn howling, mooing, you stupid cow. I'm coming. Can a man get a no damn sleep around here? What's the world come to that? I, Cartwright, has sent to the horses and cows personally. The war done ravaged my whole business. Those lousy no good Yankees destroyed my land, and they freed my ungrateful damn slaves. Hell, I gave those blacks food and shelter, but they betrayed me in the end. They left me in the minute they could, just like she left me as soon as my money done run out. Curse all of them, and curse these blasted cows that just won't stop hollering. So we're Cartwright. We're playing as Cartwright right now. I miss the old days. Just be sitting on the porch, watching the slaves work in the fields. Hear them say, yes sir, every time I ask for anything. But now look at me. Ain't got no more slaves, no more money, no more family, and no more damn respect. And all I got left is a couple cows that don't let me sleep and a rodent job at the prison. Boy, whenever I get the chance, there's gonna be a hell for all of those who wrong me. I'm every cart ride. I'm gonna show everybody again once I get back on my feet. I've been riding with the clan, and I've been going back to church. The Lord's gonna show me the way. You're the one. Oh no, you're the one from the prison. Where the hell did all my cows go? What the? Hey, yo. He is the Father Glorious. He's the one who becomes... That's fucking crazy. Okay. That was 8888 in Alabama. So, Godfrey had been living the same tragic moment. So the shots that we heard in the beginning were from the day everyone died. So kids drank poison, they died, and apparently mothers, everyone else was getting shot up. And apparently there were a few survivors, so they escaped. Little Susie lived because her real identity was hidden. She got shot in the leg and escaped. And everyone thought she died. Hence we see Godfrey saying, oh, your mom and pa were sad. All the sadness like that. Like they were told she died. But she lived. And told everything that it was a fucking cult. So Godfrey either died. He didn't die because we would have heard it. So he has severe brain damage. So he's probably reliving the same incident in his head every day. And he's not dead. It's just damage in the head. That's all he thinks. That's all he can think. And he's in his like world. So he's like... And he's been there for 12 years. So he probably, when he dies, it's either, oh, I want to repeat this again, or something. But he didn't remember. I don't know if he thought it was connected to the Wardwell. Maybe? It kinda, I don't know. But this whole game was about a cult. And Cartwright, the one we saw at the ending, was Father Glorious. Because he was giving a job at the prison. But remember, he sees the angels in that same field. And then he becomes Father Glorious. He becomes Father Glorious when he's in the field. He sees the angels and he gets like a blessing. And then his hair turns gray. Do I think that was actually angels? I don't know. But this one had a lot more information. But yet it was also like very discreet. There's still questions. I still want questions. I still want to know what Susie said. Because we only get to see the third letter when she's like, oh, I'm thankful you got my first letter. So I kind of wish we did get to see that first letter. Because if we would have read Susie's letter, we would have been like, oh, we know. But this is a good game. Gave me a lot more spooks. Also, when he sees Susie or hears Susie, I think he still remembers her as a young child. Because she was a little girl. She was a child. So I think he still has it in her mind. But it's crazy that she lived. here's my thing. If Godfrey's still alive, and he's going through brain damage, and he's like reliving that through his head, does Susie go visit him? Does she visit him? Does she like, oh, I'm gonna come visit you? And he's like, you know? That's another question. But I really wish we would have seen that first letter. Because if we would have seen that first letter, again, it would have explained everything. We already know it was a cult, right? We already know they were doing shady shit. But honestly, I love this game. Gave me the freaking spooks more than the Wardwell House. It was a bit different. It was a bit more. There was a lot of similarities. So I don't know if not connected, but maybe they're in like the same area because there were slaves in Alabama, and then I think the Wardwell was also around that time. So maybe the stars may mean like, hey, this used to be like a slave state, and so they had the stars. Could be it. That could be it. I'm not sure, but that could be it, right? But I hope you enjoyed this little series. Go watch the Wardwell series. Go watch it. You'll understand what I mean when I say they're so similar. Of course, the Wardwell has a different story, but they're very similar. I like this. I really like the needle one. A lot more horror and all that. But I hope you enjoy, and I will see you guys later. Bye.